Hey you guys, what's up? It is Blind Eye, and I am here to give you all my thoughts on Twisted Metal Season 2, Episode 7. And this is where the official tournament begins. This is round number 1, and this is going to be cool. So they are differentiating from the games a little bit. They're doing something a little bit different. It's not a full-on death match, at least not yet. I'm sure that's coming. So you have, your rivalries. You have Grim and Sweet Tooth going at it. You got Mayhem and Spectre going at it, which is cool. John Doe and Quiet, they're doing their thing. They're trying to survive. So since they lost they would have been dead. They came in last place in the last round is what I meant to say. So at the end of the last round, they came in last place. So Calypso, he's like, I'm going to give you two a little bit of an advantage. I'm going to give you a radar, and it's literally a GPS system, but it's the radar from the games, which is awesome. And they also get a minute head start, which is cool. Now everyone else, of course, they're all pissed off, so that paints a target on their back. Basically, what they have to do, they have to grab these yellow arrows. They're like passes, and that's how you advance to the next round. There is, 12 players and only eight of them. I think that's what it was. Something like that. It was a something number. Not everyone's going to be able to get one. So everyone's racing against the clock. Now, I will say that it was a bit weird how there was 4 different groups going after one of the passes, which it could have probably maybe split that up a little bit, like maybe put 2 of the opposing groups against each other in a different spot, kind of spread it out a little bit. I wish there was a little bit more to that. That would have been cool. But hey, we got a nice scene out of it. I thought it was funny. So it's John and Quiet. They think they got their pass, and then, who's there? Oh, the Holy Men and the Baby. And then Sweet Tooth and Stu show up, as well as Raven. So you got 4 different opposing factions all going after this one pass. Which is where I go back to my thing where I'm like, they could have split them up, but whatever. But this is funny. So they're all on the ice. And because I rewatched the episode, I'm like, okay, the Holy Men didn't seem to have an issue because they looked to be already on the ice. So it's like now they're having an issue getting toward the podium to get the pass. But I don't know, whatever. That's just me thinking about it. But this was funny. So they all start going after this thing. And of course, they're on ice. So they're going to be slipping and sliding. So like one of them will catch it and then they'll slip and fall and drop it. And then someone else will catch it. And then the Holy Men, they're like, Preacher, go get it. They slide the baby toward the podium. And Sweet Tooth's like, go, little penguin. He shoves Stu on his stomach. And so then they both get to the podium. And then all of a sudden the Preacher baby's got a, one of those. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that or not, but we're just going to keep it simple. And you know what I mean, if you've seen the episode. And then, he wounds Stu. And, now that they're just all after it at this point. And they, they're all after this thing, which is funny. And then Mayhem is driving around the tournament. Axel's chasing after her. Out of my way. And, and he goes, what does he say? Babe, Axel coming through. And I was thinking like, oh, damn, he's going to go after Mayhem like that? No, he just veers off and goes his own way. And then Mayhem's driving around. And this missile just comes out of nowhere. She's like, where the hell was that? And I'm like, yeah, we all know who it is. Sure enough, it's Chucky Floop. It's Spectre coming after her. And that missile causes her to, crash, and then she has no choice but to get out of the car. She gets up, sees the red smoke, and she knows there's a pass in there to go get. And I like how she kind of stopped in between a door or there was a ladder to go up. That's pretty cool, because I wonder what would happen if she went up top. There would have been nothing but smoke, I'm assuming, but she goes inside smart. And maybe that was like a little twist on Calypso's and like, there's 2 different ways. Which one is it? Which one could the pass be? And it was obvious inside. So she gets inside and does she see his car? I don't think, no, she doesn't. That's afterwards. So she goes inside and of course Chucky's in there. And, they have a fight, and she takes the hand and smacks him across the head with it, and does like the whole classic, like, slow-mo bit, teeth flying out, whatever. And then, they're fighting it up. And of course, she wins. She kicks him out the window, and then he just falls to his death. He lands on top of her car. So now she's like, oh, crap, what am I going to do now? And so she gets the keys out of his pocket, and now she's the proud owner of Specta, which is awesome. So she gets in the car. Like, the car, it's automated. It's got, like, this cool, like, high-tech, like, GPS in it or whatever. And the car, he's like, oh, yeah, I sense a new driver in the car, whatever. And she's like, she's trying to get out there. She's like, it's fucking mayhem. And he's like, okay, greetings, fucking mayhem. So that was funny. And then the car's name, or the voice, it's Quattro, which is a reference to Twisted Metal 4. There was a character named Quattro who was like a space bounty hunter, which is pretty cool. So that was a nice little nod to that. And we get other wishes. We reveals. Mayhem reveals that she wants to be invincible, which is pretty cool. Which is like a nod to the game also, because there is an invincible or God mode cheat code in those games, which is awesome. Axel, I don't think, Mike's wish didn't get her. He was about to say it, but Vermin jumps up and interrupts him and says, I want to just rid the world of humans and people and just let the bugs take over. Does she realize that means herself? Maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't care. I don't know. And then, Axel, he doesn't really reveal his because he says, it's like a birthday wish, with the candles. You don't want to reveal your wish or else it won't come true. Smart man. Yeah, buddy. And so, we all know what Raven wants. And Calypso shows up again. And, that's where he tells everyone about the tournament, about the this round. And of course, Raven, she's pissed. She's like, no, what are you doing? And then Calypso stares her down like, you back it up. You better back it up. So it's like, because Ray, I love the dynamic between them two. I love how they're going at it. And I hope we get like a flashback with them too. Hopefully that would be awesome. More Calypso is just always better. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I want to keep saying it. Calypso's my favorite character of the whole franchise. Always has been, always will be. And by the way, I forgot to mention in the previous episode, when he shows up in the beginning of the flashback, he's wearing like street clothes, pretty much like akin to like his Twisted Metal Black look. He's not bald, obviously, which is cool. So he's kind of got that look a little bit to him in that scene there in the previous episode I forgot to mention, which is cool. So they get the radar and they get their minute head start. They're doing their thing, but something like John, the whole time of the episode, he's been acting like all chipper, happy-go-lucky, like, yeah, we're going to rock this, like, because he's trying to hide his guilt. He knows what he's doing. He knows he done goofed up. He's going to have to tell her at some point, but he's just kind of trying to forget about it and keep going. So they start up, radar turns on, it just looks like the games, and then he's like, oh, what if it's an arrow, or what if it's like a line going down the rows? It's like different like GPS options, which is cool. And so, Quiet's navigating like, okay, you need to turn right up here, but he doesn't do it. He turns left and he's going all over the place. And she's like, what are you doing? So he's like, all right, let's switch. I'll read the map, you drive. And so he's still goofing it up. So she's like, all right, what in the world is going on? And they come across the Holy Men again, and they're in their car. And I'm like, oh, dude, are they about to like take these guys out, take the baby out too? So as Quiet is fighting off one of these guys, John's shooting at the other one. They're both having a shootout. The other two are fighting, and then the gun jams. And so John's like, all right, I'm gonna get the special. I'm gonna get the boomerang weapon, the boomerang missile, and ready to go. And he's about to fire it, but then the other Holy Man comes up, distracts him, and so now they all take off. They're doing their thing. They're fighting it out. So the Holy Men chase him down, right? And so John's like, what are we gonna do? Holy Man pops out of the roof of the car, and he uses the special against them, but since the boomerang special, it stops right before it's about to hit him, and it goes back and blows them up. And then it's like, whoa, did they just take out the baby too? And then they come up on the wreckage. Baby's still alive and kicking and has the pass in his hand. And then John, he goes up and he tries to grab it like they're playing like tug of war with it. And he's like, man, this little shit's strong. Come on, preach, give it to me. He ain't letting go. And so they have no choice but to take the baby with them and cross the finish line. But we ain't done. Here comes Sweet Tooth and Stu, the Yes brothers. And, you know, he's like, oh, I'm not going to go after Grim. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I haven't thought about Grim this whole entire time, but I can still hear the motorcycle noise in my head. And then, you know, Grim's right there. And he doesn't have the pass. And so he's smart too. He floors it, jumps up right into the back of their truck. So it technically counts. He made it. He's there. He made it. And unless he had a pass, but I don't think he did. But he's like, thanks for the lift. And then, you know, so he gets through, you know, and Sweet Tooth, he thinks he's going to be the first. He's like, damn it, I thought we were going to be the first ones through. And then Stu's like, no, everybody else beat us here too. And then he's just like, all right, just don't say anything else. So yeah, that was cool. And I think that's pretty much the episode. Afterwards, everyone's just kind of chilling and, you know, recovering and whatnot. So John is in the one room with Quiet, and he's the guilt's getting to him, so he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Look, I lied, and I, you know, when you left, I went and made my own wish. And the look on Stephanie Beatrice's face, oh my God, the look on her face, I'm like, yo, she's got to be filled with so much emotion right now. She's got to be filled with anger, shock, anger, shock, betrayal, like disbelief. Like, what? Like, what did you just say? Like say that again. Like, she's about to lose her shit. And that's where the episode ends. I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good cliffhanger. Like, you know, we got the action cliffhangers, but you expect that. No, that and just like the last cliffhanger, those are really good cliffhangers. Like, man, now I'm just like itching to see what happens next. Like, she is gonna be pissed. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about this episode of Twisted Metal Season 2, Episode 7. If I forgot anything, then it is what it is. I'm going to make plenty more videos on this and live streams and all that of me talking about it. I'll talk about Twisted Metal all day, every day, as long as I live, baby, till the day I die. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all that typical YouTube stuff that everyone says. Check out the channel. I am a filmmaker, visually impaired blind filmmaker, one-man show type shit. I do everything from writing, directing, editing, acting, music, everything. Lunatic 2, upcoming Lunatic 3, whenever that happens. The Narrator, anthology series, episode 1, The Closet Creatures, episode 2, The Abductors. There might be a little something with episode 3 coming. You may want to keep your eye on the channel for that. Subscribe, baby. Fan films, the director from Halloween Horror Nights, HR Blood and Guts from Halloween Horror Nights, Jonathan Crane / Scarecrow from DC Comics. Hey, there's also another project in the works that's also a fan film series project that I haven't really officially announced yet, but I've been hitting heavily towards it. So if you know, you know. I'm always working on something, man. So there's all the movie stuff, film stuff, music stuff. I like to make all my own music for all my stuff that I do. That way I don't got to worry about copyright and all that crap. It's all mine. I make my own music on my iPad Pro, GarageBand, BandLab. That's where I go. That's what I use. I love it. It's so much fun. And of course, I got all the video game content, mostly PlayStation VR 2 stuff. I have one review, and that's for Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted Full-Time Edition on PlayStation VR 2. I have highlight compilations, Let's Plays, first impressions, stuff like that. I also have a new skit series called I Acted Alone, which is like it's like vertical form content, short form content, just, you know, dipping my toes in a little bit of comedy, you know, trying out different genres, since mostly horror is my go-to. That's my jam. That's my genre. So I'm blabbing. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all before I forget, Follow me over on Twitch. I live stream over there at least once or twice a week. Wednesday nights around 7, 8 o'clock. So follow me over there. Real Blind Eye, everything. Everything is Real Blind Eye. ReelBlindeye. Over on Instagram, Threads, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter X. So there you go. I'm Blavin. That's it from me. I'll see you all for whatever comes next.